Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a great Wednesday. It's a little after 8:30 here, and look, I told you they're not going to give us much about OTAs until tomorrow, so I'll have all of that. It'll be the last day of OTAs, and we'll be waiting till the end of July. So, look, I'm going to do all I can to keep you entertained throughout. But tonight, now that we have a feel for a lot of this roster, saw a lot of the additions via free agency, the draft, undrafted free agents, a certain trade in there. So we'll talk about those additions. We'll rank them from 25 to 1. Like we did this last year, and I think there was like 10 of them. Like this, I was like, holy sh! And I like a lot of these guys, and there's like 30 additions we made, so I just cut it off at 25. I literally was like, I'll do 10. No, I'll do 15. Maybe 20. Okay, but these are some important pieces here that I thought we could talk about. So love to hear your thoughts throughout this. Appreciate each and every one of you taking the time tonight. Whatever's on your mind, let me hear it. Yo, let's go. My man Sean in here. We have got quite the crew here. Christian, my man, let's go. Cole C. And of course, my man Jock Talk. What is going on? Hope you gentlemen are doing well. Hope everyone out there is having a great week so far. Hope you're ready to talk some birds, baby, because that is what we're here to do tonight. So thank you all for tuning in. Thanks for hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel, all those things you guys are doing to help build this bad boy up. Cannot thank you enough. But we're going to go through. We're going to take a look. Now, I'm going to show you the players we lost. So doom and gloom as soon as this happened, right? Oh, well, they lost Dillard and Edwards and Epps and CJ and Hargrave. And yeah, we get it, dude. So the pieces here that, really Epps and Gardner Johnson, the starting safeties. You got Edwards and Kaiser White, the starting linebackers. Miles Sanders, your starting running back. Isaac Seumalo, the right guard. And then Javon Hargrave. Those are the real, losses that I can understand, people fretting over. And it's like, look, we have the draft or agency coming up. Let's, keep her calm here. So let's take a gander at the players that the Eagles have added in this all season. And we've added quite a few here. So you can see in free agency, we have been busy adding guys that are free agents. And you see Charleston Rambo on there because, well, he's not an undrafted free agent. He was an undrafted free agent last year. So just a free agent that was signed from the XFL. Anyways, you see the draft, 7 guys there, a bunch of undrafted free agents we brought in. And then, of course, we traded for DeAndre Swift during the draft. So a lot of pieces added in here. And I think that the Eagles, again, you guys saw that video not long ago, breaking all of these guys down. Check that one out. Check out the roster breakdown. Doing everything I can to break these guys down for you. But I think, honestly, this is going to be a very exciting season. So I want to talk about what these pieces mean, but I'm also very excited about the future. I think that we've added a lot of pieces and we're well aware of what's coming and who will be free agents. We're always looking ahead. So I want to talk about these pieces and what they mean. So let's jump into this bad boy, and we're going to go all the way from 25 to 1, and I'll break them down into 5s. I'll show you the list, and then we'll talk about those pieces. So let's rock and roll. I'll try to, touch on them as I talk about them. But yo, my man, Justin in here. This party is effing started. Let's go. Appreciate you tuning in, my man. Hope you are doing well. We're rocking and rolling. We're getting into this. You're just in time for number 25, the 6th-round pick for the Eagles out of Stanford, Tanner McKee. And look, I think that honestly, it's a decent addition. And I almost put, some other the undrafted guys there, but it's like, look, they're always going to take a quarterback. I know it seems like a weird pick, but if you can develop them, maybe trade them down the road, having a good backup quarterback for the future. He learns from Mariota, all that great stuff. Look, for his size, he can actually kind of move. So I know he's different from Hurts, but it's an okay pickup. You always want to have people at the quarterback position, so not mad at it. Then at 24, I've got Ben Van Sumeren. You added undrafted free agent who he's got some good athleticism, not the toughest of the bunch. I would like to see him get a little more violent, and I think he could do that here. So we need some help at linebacker. We've got some intriguing competition there. He adds to that room, so intrigued to see what he can do this offseason. At 23, I've got Jaden Hazelwood. And look, a wide receiver that's familiar with Jalen Hurts. We've talked about this guy. And again, if you want any more detailed breakdowns or want to see their height, their weight, all that great stuff, go check out any of those videos on YouTube. I've got playlists full of the draft guys, full of the free agents, the roster, moves, whatever we've done. You can check all that out. But just going to go through here and list these guys, rank them how I have them. But I'd love to hear your thoughts, how you have them ranked, whether you agree, disagree. But at 22, I've got Eli Ricks, undrafted free agent out of Alabama. And look, we've talked about maybe there's some versatility there. Maybe you get something out of this kid. And another 6'2" guy. He's a lanky guy, but I really like this kid. And I think that he's got a chance, and at 6'2", 190, I think that obviously we know he can put on some weight there, but I think he's got decent height there. So that's a good thing. And, with the versatility of a lot of these secondary guys, it's going to be a lot of competition. So he adds to that. Excited to see what he can do in this offseason. And then at 20, when I have Trevor Reed, and this is a freak athlete. And look, he's undrafted. I get it. A little raw. He needs some work, but we've got Jeff Stoutland here. So that's all I need to know. And this guy, 6'5", 297, and he's a freak athlete for his size, the way he moves. And I think that he is a guy that could definitely make this roster with losing someone like an Andre Dillard. So, hey, I think, that is definitely an intriguing set of guys there, all back end. But I think out of all of them, Tanner McKee could definitely make the roster as the third quarterback. But I think Trevor Reed could make this roster as a depth piece. You never know with Ricks, Hazelwood, Van Sumeren, and especially, at the linebacker position. And, hey, we shall see if any of those guys can make this roster. But we're going to keep this train moving, and we'll get to 20 through 16 now. And, look, there's a lot of guys I really like throughout this entire thing. So I'm pretty pumped. The curse. And I think Mahomes broke that thing a few years ago. But, I hear you. But I think Hurts definitely deserves to get, Madden covers and things like that and all the accolades because he's a great quarterback. But who cares? But all I want to see is a Super Bowl. And if he gets the MVP, I'm all about it. But let's get to number 20. Not Brian Dawkins, but Charleston Rambo. We've got here added via free agency through the XFL. The Orlando Guardians is who he last played for. We talked about, his familiarity with Hurts at Oklahoma, played at Miami as well. But, he's got some experience. He was an undrafted kid that tried out with Carolina last year, did not make the team. And that's when he went to the XFL. But look, Charleston Rambo, it's another one of those guys that has familiarity with Hurts, but he also has a little bit of return capability. So if he can do something there, that will definitely help his case. 6'1", 185. I think that obviously if you can help in the return game, you are going to make your case to make this team. So maybe he could do that. And if not maybe then Joseph Nada. So here's the third undrafted free agent wide receiver. But these last two guys, we talk about their return capability. So if they can add something in that department, help out the Eagles out of Clemson. This kid, he's a big dude. He almost looks like A.J. Brown half the time. But I'm a fan of Joseph Nada, 6'3", 215 pounds. So he's a big-ass dude. And look, if he's back there kick returning, I would be pretty excited if he can do some, explosive things back there. So best of luck to he. Now, I had mentioned Ricks before in the secondary. You got another undrafted free agent in Mekhi Garner. I like him a little bit more, a little bit better in coverage than what I saw from Ricks. But look, they're both intriguing prospects, and I like what Mekhi Garner brings. I think he's one of those pieces, 6'1", 220 pounds. So he's got like 30 pounds on Ricks. And he's, maybe an inch smaller. But this kid, I like his game a little bit more. And I like the fact that I could see him playing a little bit of safety as well. So that versatility is going to go a long way in this defense. Now, up at number 17, we've got some defensive line depth. Kentavious Street, a versatile defensive piece. Played for the Niners and Saints the last few years here. And, he's dominated at times. He's got some starting reps. I actually like Kentavious Street. I was pumped about that addition, and that was before the draft and all the things we've added here. So Kentavious Street, man, 6'2", 287. He's a big-ass dude. And he can move for his size. So I like the addition, but he's got some competition here. So going to be fun to watch the interior defensive lineman. And one of those guys at number 16, Moro Ojomo, our final pick in the draft in the 7th round there, and 6'2", 293. This dude, he can move for his size. Another versatile piece. So I think he's going to give Kentavious Street a run for his money. And look, there's a lot of competition there in the interior defensive line. Go check those videos out of the roster breakdowns because, my Lord, we're stacked, seriously, at a lot of positions. And I feel pretty damn good about that because, there's a lot of talk. We need this, we need that. All I really need to see is how this competition goes down, baby. So excited about those pieces, those undrafted receivers, maybe getting some work as returners, finding themselves a job, another undrafted guy in the secondary that could find his way, being a versatile piece. And then 2 interior defensive linemen that are definitely going to be battling for a job here. And maybe they can both make it, maybe only one of them. So I'm excited about that interior D line. You talk about all the pieces we added. Oh, my Lord. Did you ever consider using the J. John app to have a call-in show? No, and I've thought about doing, and I used to do stuff like that, but like just the way this computer works, it just doesn't do that stuff well. Now, at number 15, we're going to keep this train rolling. We've got ourselves a tight end edition, and Dan Arnold, to me, he brings that Y-type tight end, that obviously, or F-type tight end. Why the hell do I say that? He goes out, and he is more that receiving type guy. But look, the Eagles have competition in this room, man. You've got Calcaterra here. He looks like he's bulking up. Stoll, he's a different breed. He's kind of that H-back guy. So kind of vying for a different job there. But I think Dan Arnold, he could definitely win a job here. But I don't think that it's just necessarily he's tight end 2 here because I think Stoll is necessarily 2. And then it's tight end 3. Are they Calcaterra or Arnold? And you can consider them 2 or 3 or whatever you're doing. But Stoll being that blocking guy, I think he gets one of those jobs. So we shall see what happens here. But I like Dan Arnold. I think that, he brings you a good receiver here, and he's going to push Calcaterra, Tyree Jackson, Brady Russell, Dalton Keene's here. So you've got some competition at tight end. That's what I like to see, a little bit of competition. Now at number 14, you've got Justin Evans. And I think that this was another great addition to a safety room that, honestly, there's question marks, but there's a lot of talent there, man. And, we're going to talk about a couple more of the additions that were made in this room, but, it looked bare with Reed Blankenship and Kayvon Wallace, but we made some additions. And I think Justin Evans was one of the good ones because he's got some starting experience coming into his 5th year. He's dealt with some injuries, but I like Justin Evans and he can help you on special teams. He provides some really good depth there. So a veteran piece that could definitely end up making this team. Now at number 13, you've got Greedy Williams. And this was another one. I actually like this pick a lot because I just don't know if he was underutilized. He had some bad seasons with Greedy at Cleveland. And I think that adding him here, 6'2", 195, a lanky guy, but dude, he's got the height. He's got the skill set. He's a ball hawk. And I think that as, a depth piece here, if anything were to happen, I like his chances of filling in here. So going to be fun to watch not just cornerback and safety. I mean, this whole damn team has competition everywhere. So we made some great additions here. A great job by Howie Roseman this offseason. So love to see that. Now at number 12, got a punter, baby. That's right. We got an undrafted guy making it to number 12. That is correct. But he could have been higher if I trusted him. Now, he let Sipos win the one day. The media was there. Maybe he was just a little shy, whatever. But they call him Legatron. He's got a leg on him. Better push Sipos. May the best man win. But I'm hopeful for the kid, and I'm excited that we actually added some damn competition here. So halfway through, we've got a punter, undrafted, making this list. That's right. But I'm excited about it because at least we put an emphasis on helping out that position because we just have trusted in Sipos, and we see how that worked out for us last year. So push the dude. Maybe he gets better. May the best man win, whatever happens there. But at number 11, we've got ourselves a backup quarterback that people used to dream of getting years ago. Now, Marcus Mariota, I think, is the perfect backup for Jalen Hurts. And coming into his 9th season here, I can't believe how long ago that really was. But I think for me, Mariota, 6'4", 222, the way he plays, still got some left in the tank, but he's an upgrade over Gardner Minshew here. So I thought some really, really nice depth pieces here were added. So there from 15 to 11, you saw guys that are going to be battling for backup jobs, except for that one guy, Ty Zentner, battling for a job as punter. So Arnold, Evans, Greedy Williams, and Marcus Mariota. Now, Mariota pretty much just is the backup. The other guys, they're going to be battling out with some of these other additions here. So going to keep this train moving. And this top 10, it was fun to try to get this thing mapped out. But let's go 10 to 6 here. Take a gander. You guys have any questions, comments on these? You agree, disagree? Let me know. But let's keep it moving. Olamide Zaccheaus here at number 10, and we added him from the Falcons. And this is an upgrade over Zach Pascal. Not a knock on Zach Pascal. I like Zach Pascal, but Olamide Zaccheaus, he's a little guy, 5'8", 193, but he provides you value in the return game, and he's someone that can play inside and outside at that size, and he's a dependable receiver. I really like the addition there, so I'm excited about him, and not only, people talk about him taking Quez Watkins' job, even if he doesn't, man, just having him as that fourth wide receiver, he pretty much takes the role of Zach Pascal, but having another good receiver to push Quez, I think that is great, and iron sharpens iron. So love the addition there at number 10. Now at number 9, I think I'm a little bit higher on this addition over a lot of people, most people probably, because look, there's a lot of questions at linebacker. I get it. This dude, he needs to stay healthy, all that great stuff. He's 6 foot 216. I get it. People, he's undersized. Look, he's an ex-safety. That is, if you heard DJ Elliott talking yesterday, the linebackers coach, we talked about it. That is just how the league is now. These undersized linebackers, but as long as they can tackle, and they got to be good in coverage. Now, he's had some issues there, but look, in coverage, that is something he can do as a former safety. So he's going to fit in here, playing a lot of, weak side linebacker per se, but it's really left and right things that are going on here with this defense. So he's got to be able to cover, tackle, blitz, and he can do all those things. And I think Nicholas Morrow, he's going to provide veteran help next to Nakobe Dean, and Nakobe Dean's got that green dot. So I really think that those two, it should be fun to watch. But hey, there's guys like Christian Ellis, Davian Taylor, Sean Bradley that are behind pushing for jobs here. So we'll see what goes down. But I like the addition of Nicholas Morrow. And then number 8, I really like this addition of Terrell Edmunds at safety. And for me, man, this dude, look, Reed Blankenship and that is quite a tandem. And I think that, clearly we're going to be talking about somebody that we drafted. So may the best man win. But if those are the two starters to start the season, I still think that third guy gets additional reps. But Terrell Edmunds provides that veteran that can help these guys. And I really like Terrell Edmunds' game. And 6'1", 217 coming into his 6th year here. I think this is exactly what we ordered here. A veteran, just like we did with Rodney McLeod years ago. But look, he's a little bit younger here still. So I think that this is a great addition. Excited. We lost CJ. So it is what it is. But you add to that room. Love that pickup. Now, we got another draft pick on the board, ladies and gentlemen. Kelee Ringo at number 7 out of Georgia. And maybe I'm a little higher than some people, but I thought a great pickup, especially for how it went down, where we traded up in that 4th round to get him. Loved that addition there. So I think, a 6'2", 210 guy that has some versatility. Maybe you can try to figure things out at safety, but I think he can definitely play some corner, man. I don't think you have to just count him out here. I think it's a great pickup. Another Georgia Bulldog here. So, oh my Lord, excited to have Kelee Ringo, another guy in this secondary battling things out. So pumped about that. Now at number 6, we've got another free agent addition here. And I think this is the top free agent addition for me over Edmunds, over Morrow. And that's if he stays healthy. Clearly, that's if anybody we're talking about, we want them to be healthy. They're not going to do good if they're not playing. So Rashad Penny, need him to play. Dude, this is one of the best guys after contact in NFL history. Behind this offensive line, holy shit. So when we added him, I was ready to run through an effing wall. I'm a big fan of Rashad Penny. I know that he's got some injury history, and that's unfortunate. But, dude, he stays healthy. The Eagles got themselves quite a running back pickup to go with Kenny G, to go with Boston. I thought at that time it was a perfect addition there. But, adding guys like Olamide, he's going to compete with Quez Watkins. Then you got guys like Morrow and Edmunds who could definitely be starters. Then you get somebody in the draft like Ringo you traded up for at a place where I felt like he could have definitely gone much higher. I understand concerns with his hips and blah, 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 but thought it was a great pick. Rashad Penny, love it because he cost like jack shit, like $1.2 million cap hit, 1 year deal. Let's effing go win this trophy, run the ball right down people's throats, protect Jalen Hurts by running the ball more. So all about it, ladies and gentlemen. But let me know how you feel about all of those additions so far because, well, we're about to get into that top five. And if you've got a top five, a top three, a top two, a number one, you let me know what you've got on your mind. But I think that, you've got some intriguing pickups here. So, yeah, let's hear what you guys have to say. But my man, Justin, I really don't think that that stuff's going to work, though, man. Until I get this stuff figured out, I'm not going to be able to do anything like that. But I'd love to have more interactive stuff like that. So maybe I'll try to figure something out, man. But it's been rough anytime I've tried that before. But is Lamade as quick as Quez? No, I think Quez is definitely faster, but Lamade is still fast as shit. And he's a quick little bugger. 5'8". Well, I mean, dude, but I like Lamade's game a lot. So I think it's a great addition. And I'd like to see him, maybe getting some return reps here. Hard time gauging how good Morrow is. No doubt, my man. What's up, my bro? Joseph, hope you're doing well. Nice to see you. Love the Ringo pickup myself. My man Luffy, hope you are doing well. Think all of our running backs will stay healthy with the rotation, and that is the key, my man. That is the key. So we talk about Rashad Penny, talk about how great the addition he is, his yards after contact, why it was such a great pickup. And then you hear all the rumors, we're trading for this guy. Everything, we're doing all these things. Well, and the draft starts. Then the Lions decide they're going to take Jahmyr Gibbs. Eagles get on the phone, and, well, at number 5, we trade for DeAndre Swift, and I effing love this pickup because now you've got DeAndre and Penny. Just those two guys together would make me excited, but you still have Kenneth Gainwell, who I am thrilled about here. So, dude, just those three together gets me excited, but then you've got Boston Scott and Trey Sermon battling it out for 4, maybe 5. So, holy shwoo, very excited. I think we're only keeping 4 running backs here, so it is going to be some great competition this offseason. But you get DeAndre Swift. And look, again, we could beat a dead horse and talk about injuries for everybody, but I think we all get it. We want everyone to be healthy here. But this guy, 5'9", 215, a pass-catching back. We talk about how little Jalen Hurts was able to use that game, checkdowns, all those things. Well, now you've got yourself someone that you can do that with. And you can do that with Penny, too. You could do that with Kenny. So you've got backs that can catch the ball. I'm very excited about what we are putting around Jalen Hurts, and I am thrilled that we traded for DeAndre Swift. And, it cost you jack shit. And Howie Roseman put on a master class. Just the way he was able to fleece so many effing people. We just have to continue to be in awe of just what he is, what he does. And it's with the cap. Now he's been kicking ass in the drafts here lately, and it's just I love the dude, and I hope to be working with him someday soon because oh my god. So look, only having to give up a 4th round pick, whatever. I think that this dude, 1 year deal, if he doesn't re-sign, clearly you get a compensatory pick, so a great move. Now let's get into some more of these draftees by going with number 4, Tyler Steen. And this was tough to go with these next guys here, but, where to put them at numbers. But I'm excited about all of these guys. And Tyler Steen, I've told you, Jeff Stoutland loves him, thinks he could be the next great right guard for us. So he's going to be competing with Cam Jurgens this year. Can he win a job as a rookie? We shall find out. But this dude is a freaking tank. And look, man, we talked about the Eagles looking in the draft to get that replacement, and that's what they're trying to do here. But look, Jurgens can get it done if need be in that time. But Tyler Steen, man, 6'6", 320 pounds. Oh, that's a big boy. So if you're looking at Steen here, and then Jurgens, who's only like 305, and he's 6'3", clearly he's got some size on him. But hey, may the best man win. I'm just excited about the future of this kid and hearing how pumped up Jeff Stoutland is for this kid. If he trusts in him, well then sign me up. Now, number 3, for any of you guys that watch this show, I was beating a dead horse talking about why the Eagles need to draft Sidney Brown. Well, they did just that out of Illinois, and my Lord, was I ready to run through an effing wall. I appreciate all of you who were tuning into those live shows. That was a great time. Really enjoyed myself here, but you get the 5'10", 210-pound stud. We talk about him playing that not only nickel corner, but dime linebacker, safety, moving him all over the chess pieces, that he brings to the table. Being outside is not something he's going to do in the NFL, but I think that this guy, very versatile. You could see him in the nickel at times, certain matchups, but this guy, a perfect piece for what Sean Desai needs here. So talked about Edmonds, talked about pairing him with Reed Blankenship, but Sidney Brown, he will eventually be the starter here. He is the safety of the future here. I think this is what people wanted out of Kayvon Wallace, but this is what you're going to get. This dude, people talk about, oh, he misses tackles. This dude is just so violent, flying around all the time. I think he just needs to be coached up a little, and I think that is something these defensive coaches will be able to do, and these veterans will be able to help him with. So very excited about Sidney Brown, and I think his future is very bright here in Philadelphia. But I had to have him at 3. That's pretty crazy because he's top 2, man. There's no way I could put him in front. Although very, very ecstatic about Sidney Brown. Number 2, Nolan Smith. My God, how did he fall to number 30? No one knows. No one cares. But we've got him now, ladies and gentlemen, and I cannot stress enough how excited I am. 6'3", 235. Almost a clone of Reddick. A little bit taller, a couple inches there, but this dude is going to be the perfect backup, but he's not just a backup. There's going to be times where he's on the field opposite of Reddick. You have quite a rotation here, adding Nolan Smith as that essentially third or fourth piece, because you've got Sweat and Reddick as your starters, then Nolan Smith, then Brandon Graham, and then Derek Barnett are here. So you've got quite a 5-man rotation there, and we'll see who wants to be the 6th, the 7th. You got Patrick and Kyron Johnson. You've got Janarius Robinson, Terod Jackson, Matt Leo. So lots of competition, but Nolan Smith is the future here at edge rusher. He will be, the perfect chess piece on the line now. So you've got a guy in the secondary and Sidney Brown now on the exterior line here, edge rusher wise, and maybe you definitely see him dropping into coverage at time, especially as an outside linebacker in these, defensive schemes. So excited about that addition. But then at number 1, yes, you guessed it, cannot believe we got my guy, Jalen Finn Carter. I really cannot believe people just let him fall. And then we traded up to 9 and we snag him. And my God, the 6'3", 300-pound monster is all ours. So I'll be real with you. We talked about his versatility, what he brings to the table, but being that 4 technique guy that we really needed last year, did not get out of Hargrave. I think he's the perfect fit. I think he's an upgrade over losing Hargrave. So I honestly think that he was the perfect fit for us. I can't believe the NFL let us get him. Thank you very much. And then only had to give up like a 4th to move up that pick and grab him, make sure no one else did. Let's effing go. But Jalen Carter, my God, what an addition. Howie Roseman, you son of a bitch. So that was it. That's all I've got for you. If you got anything out of that, do me a favor. Hit that like button. If you have any thoughts on it, please feel free to comment down below. Love to know your top additions here, who you've got on your mind. Yo, my man, Reese. Yeah. Appreciate you, dude. I can't even talk. I was literally just thinking, I was like, I need a effing drink, losing my mind. And that's all that. Hey, man, I really, really appreciate that. And live stream reaction to auto access whenever I need to pick me up. Always, hey, man. That means the world to me to hear that. And that is, with this stupid ass disease I've got, with all these things I've always got going on, there is nothing more peaceful to me than coming here and talking with you guys about the Philadelphia Eagles, because this is my passion. And I know that you guys are sickos, just like me, sitting here in June, talking every day about the Philadelphia Eagles. That's what this is about, putting these shows together, getting excited to talk about these additions. That is what this is about. It's all for you guys. And Reese, I can't thank you enough for that, my man. And, sorry if you just came here at the end, but if you rewatch any of this, I'd love to hear your thoughts. You guys, I tell you this all the time. It actually benefits me when you comment on these when it's over. So it helps now when you're commenting. But if you're ever rewatching something or you miss it live, please feel free to comment. Even if you just want to say go Birds, I'm always down to talk some birds with you. And I cannot thank you all enough for your support. And look, I'm just trying to bring some kind of positivity here, because you see the negativity has been outrageous the last few years. Now, I've done my best to get people on board with, Hurts and the defensive schemes we've been running the last few years, all these things. But it's like, I think this is the year where we finally have everyone on board. Everyone's like chilled out. You know what I mean? So I love it, man. And dude, that stuff right there, like, and you guys don't have to be paying me and stuff, but just you tuning in, commenting, liking this stuff, it means the world to me. But when you're paying me to do this, that blows my mind that people want to give me money to do this stuff. That's awesome. And, obviously the goal is to get paid, handsomely to do this, not just, getting by with what I get paid now. So, hey, I can't do this without you guys. And the more I keep building this thing, the more, we get better quality content out here, the better cameras, all that stuff. So you guys are helping me build this thing. Cannot thank you enough for that. So appreciate you, Reese, my man. Cannot thank you enough for that. So let's effing go, Birds, my dude. Really can't thank you, man, enough for that one. Really thank you. Miles was hurt a lot too. He's finally, yeah, man, that's for sure. But we've got quite a rotation here, so I'm pumped about it. Number one pick is Nolan. Yeah, Nolan's a great pickup, but Jalen Carter is the answer on that line. He will be starting and playing most of these reps just because of the fact that Nolan's going to have to wait a second to take over for Reddick. Not to say he's not going to be part of that rotation, but you'll see people that are casual fans that say, why isn't he starting every play? He's a first-round pick. And it's like, well, when you have really good players, that's how it goes. But, I've talked about this all offseason. You know how excited I am about Milton Williams. That's my guy. And, people sleep on him all the time, and I've stressed it. Jordan Davis, Milton Williams, Jalen Carter, Fletcher Cox, and then whoever wants to win those jobs behind him. I mean, you got Marlon Tuipulotu. We talked about Street, Jomo, and Noah Ellis is there. There's some good competition. So I'm very excited to see this all season, but I agree with you, Reese. Milton Williams, I think he's going to. And when you've got great players in front of you, that's just, hey, that's the way these things work. But there's a lot of young guys, and I think they are the future here. Milton Williams, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, that's the future, man. Fletcher Cox will still get his reps as, a vet here, but they are the future. Couldn't believe league let you. Yeah, man. And how could you? How could you do that? Idiots. And then Nolan Smith, you let him follow us? Two amazing additions. Joseph, thank you so much, man. And I appreciate you guys saying that. I'm just trying to do my best and try to make these graphics as cool as I can. And look, I always try to direct you if there's any questions you ever have. I try to put things on playlists in my YouTube. So if you're ever bored, you can just go check out all the additions, all the draft picks, all the money stuff. Make your own playlist, whatever you got to do. But I appreciate that, man. Just if there's ever anything you guys need or you want me to add, please feel free to let me know. Always trying to make this better. Tiffany, appreciate you tuning in. And if you do, please feel free to comment. As I've said, not only does it help me, but I'm always down to talk some birds. And I love to know that you guys are out there watching. And I want to hear your thoughts on this stuff, man. That's what I make this for. And that's what this is all about. And, appreciate that, Reese, my dude. Thank you again for that super chat. I cannot do this stuff without you guys. So thank you, my man. You helped pay for the graphics for the month. So let's effing go, Reese, my dude. But hope you're having a great week. Hope all of you are having a great week. Really can't thank you enough for tuning in. Tomorrow we'll be back with the OTA recap because the media will be there. We'll get to hear from some guys. So I'll bring some clips, some pictures, whatever I'm allowed to without getting in trouble here. But we'll talk about all that stuff, what we've seen. Whatever happens. So we'll talk about all that. Nolan Smith probably going to be the future. Oh, hell yeah. Yes, definitely. And Nakobe and Nolan, they're all going to be the future here. And that's why we talk about why the Eagles are adding such great pieces here and building this dynasty that I believe, because you have pieces in place that are going to grow together and be dominant as hell, in my opinion. So, my man, Drew. Sorry, I was just rolling out, my man. But if you rewatch this, I want to hear from you. Hey, comment along like you're watching it. Like I'm there live. I will happily get back to every damn comment you guys make. And as I've said before, it helps me. So when you guys put that stuff, on my comments, when you're sharing that stuff, all that helps. So I can't do this without you, but they were all great picks. And I know people feel about McKee and whatever, but I thought McKee should have gone in like the 4th round. So every pick was a steal. I agree with you, Jock Talk. But, man, if you do rewatch, I appreciate you, but I really got to get going here. We're supposed to cut it off at half hour, and, of course, we're a little past. But I hope you're all having yourselves a great night. Cannot thank you enough for taking the time, whether you're watching this live or watching this later. Big shout-out again to Reese. Thank you for that super chat. But if you guys ever have any kind of questions, you need anything, feel free to reach out. I'm on all these platforms. I try to post on all those platforms so you know when things are coming or what's going on. So look, reach out. Let me know you think I should add something, whatever is going on. Hey, I'm always here. You just need a friend. Try to be there for you guys as you are for me. But I'll show you this real fast before I go. These were the players that we lost. Maybe you want to pause that, check it out there because it's going by quick. And then the players added, we just ranked. And clearly I just picked the top 25 out of all these guys. And wow, Howie, you are the effing man. So I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. If you did, do me a favor, hit that like button. But until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. Thank you, my man, Jock Talk. And hey, I appreciate you, Justin. I appreciate each and every one of you. Hope to see you guys for tomorrow's show. But until then, you have yourselves a great night. Stay safe out there. And as always, go Birds!